Hey guys! Today you're officially not watching a teenager anymore, since it's my birthday today. I'm gonna show off you a thing that I used to do and how I fixed it. So, I have a runner, as usual, that I use for multiple things, but one of them is the linker. I have a lot of links that I store in maps so I can open them. So if we type in static, we open my video on static variables, which is good, by the way. You should watch it. So, what happens if I don't remember the name of the link? Because if we go to channel, a video that you did not see that. So essentially what I have to do is type in the link name exactly. And if I forget what it's called, let's scroll to something more, I guess, complexly named. Yeah, like this. What if I forget how this video is called? And I type in something like how to get faded? Maybe? Well, I probably won't forget this one because it's a huge meme, but say I do. What happens if I press enter right now? It wouldn't do anything. And I'm like, oh god damn it, I forgot what it's called. I come into this file and then search how to get, and so on, get to this, and then GL with Vim, or well, GX is usually how you do it, to open that link or copy it. Which kind of defeats the point of having a linker in my runner. So I decided to fix that. Now, if I do that same thing, how to get faded, then, and press enter, it actually suggests what I might be looking for. So there was only one thing that matched, so if I delete this info, I open this video. The reason why... Okay. But even if there are multiple, say we type in object, and there are like a bunch of them, and some of them are my videos as well. So now is just the info that I click first to destroy it, that's the one that gets opened, but not necessarily opened, I just get that link returned. And also, what is this one? Is just for you to be able to cancel this entire action overall. And infos will usually not be in your screen, so if you have a bunch of infos like this, you can just press escape to cancel this entire action. So how did I do it? Let's go to my file choose in lib-v2 utils choose.ahk. So this function lets you provide a bunch of options it should pick from, and then it shows you those infos. So let's choose between cheese, potatoes, and salad. When you run the script, we get these infos. So cheese, potatoes, and salad, just like I provided, and also a cancel info. When I destroy potatoes, choose returns potatoes. So it's pretty simple, and it uses my infos. And if I store this in a variable like result, a result will become potatoes in the example that I showed because I picked potatoes. But if I destroy the first info by pressing escape or just clicking on it, then I can, like, result will be an empty string, and then I can do anything that I want with that information. Maybe stop doing anything else after it if result is empty. So yeah, that's what I use choose for. But specifically what I wanted to do, channel, along with other links, is actually in the loader of links, which combines all of those link files into one single map. So essentially, I want to search for links within the links map object. Okay. So I wanted to create an abstraction to search for something within a map, which is exactly what I did. When we go to map, lib-v2 extensions map.ahk, we have this whole thing, choose map. In other words, now links have a method called choose, and here I can specify what to look for. So that's what's happening behind the back of the example I was showing you. So essentially, search for all the keys of the map that contain the word object. It's the same as going there and trying to search for object. It's just that you don't do that. You instead get a bunch of infos that match your keys. And then the first info that you destroy ends up being the key that you pick, and you get that. So let's actually see my implementation of how I do that. So for O is for open, P is for paste, so I can also paste them as usual. It does link open. What does link open do? It chooses a link, so a value of the map, by providing input. Input in this case is whatever I type in after O space. So if the link is an empty string, don't do anything. Otherwise, browser run link, which is just an abstraction to make sure that after I run a link, my browser actually gets activated, because sometimes it doesn't, and it just starts blinking orange for no reason and needs me to activate the browser myself. Kind of annoying, so I made an abstraction. Okay, so links is the map that contains all the, would you guess it, links, yeah, and chooses a key from them. It's a pretty easy idea and very effective, because you can specify by using the choose function whenever you need to choose between a bunch of things. You can just use choose, which opens up a lot of opportunities. Before then, I would probably create a GUI of some sort for every time that I need to choose between some things. But since infos is now so flexible, I can just use infos to do this entire thing. So I'm going to actually explain how this works in terms of the choose function and how I use choose map. So first of all, we have an array of info objects, so instances of the infos class, and it starts out with at least one infos, which is an empty string for you to be able to cancel. Okay, for all the options that we provide, we create an info that has the text of that option, and we fill the array with the newfound infos objects. Okay, now continually loop until something happens. That something is at least one info being destroyed. So we go through the array of info objects that we got here and keep checking. Does this current info exist? If yes, do nothing and continue checking. But if it doesn't exist, then get its text. Usually you wouldn't do it. You couldn't get the text of a GUI that's already destroyed, but, well, goddammit, we go to info, and text is actually a property or a field that I explicitly set myself, as well as the handle. So you can still get the handle of the GUI and the text of the GUI even if the info already is destroyed. So you can use that yourself if you want to. And then you break two, meaning break this loop, not just the for loop. Great, so now we got the text of the GUI that got destroyed. Destroy every other GUI of the choose. So if you, do we still have that? No, let's get this again. Let's add, oh, I guess it wouldn't be, okay, let's create an infos saying something. Yeah, sure. So we have saying nothing, cheese potato salad. When I pick salad, saying still exists. So only the infos from the choose will all be destroyed. All of your other infos will still stay like normal, so you don't have to worry about that. Coming back to choose, cool, we destroyed all of them, and now we just return text, which you can do anything with. Now, coming to the map abstraction. So, the first parameter is this, meaning the object of the map. And when it's a method, it's being provided automatically, which is why here you don't see me providing anything, because I provided it here. And the second parameter is the second parameter, so key name. Great. So if the key name already exists in the map, so if you guessed very correctly, then it just returns its value. What do I mean by that? Imagine you provided map object syntax like here. Well, it matches exactly. So it immediately just returns this link because there's nothing to search for, because it's exactly what you are searching for. Okay, but what if it doesn't have that key specifically? Great, now we start doing some magic. We create an array of options. Why? Because we end up needing to provide those options to the choose function. And we don't know all the options immediately. How do we get them? Here. So, for every key, and we don't actually need the value here, in this, meaning the map object, so in this case links, but can be used for any map object that you want. So if in string of key, so this, this, and every key that you have in a map, if inside of that key we can find the key name that we provided, so like here, for example, it would be object. We go through every key and try to find the word object in the key. And once we find some key that has the word object in its entire key, then we push it to the options array. And now we provide the options array to the choose function. Essentially meaning, okay, we got all of the keys that have object in it, or whatever key name you actually specify, and now we have a bunch of infos. So until you actually choose at least one info, choose just holds the thread and waits for you to decide. But once you do, you have your chosen actual key name. Great. And if you actually decided to choose something, then we return the value with the key that you chose. But if chosen is blank, meaning the empty thing, then it returns an empty string. And once again, you can do anything that you want with that. So that's exactly what happens here. I choose by providing an input from all of my links. And then, once I choose a link, if it's not empty, I run it. But you can use it for literally anything. I think it's a pretty simple and nice solution that brings about a lot of power. So, if you enjoyed this video, press a like, type some comment, maybe you have a question or suggestion. Definitely subscribe so you don't miss my content, but most importantly, stay fresh, cheese bags, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!